Mic test 350. Okay, so my name is Donnie Wetzel Jr., Tribal Student Achievement Relations Resiliency Director. And I'm here to speak on our recent Tribal Nation Ed Summit and Youth Leadership Conference. The students named it Rise Up, Speak Out. They did their part. Now it's our turn, mainly leaning on the ancestors. And Representative Windy Boy, you were part of a lot of these in the past. The kids take ownership of it. We have a logo contest, and these two there was about 6 logos. These two were voted by students and chosen. Young lady named Angel Littlehead did the one on the left, and then Sanjay Small Boy did the one on the right. And then the middle part is just our recognition of our tribes in the work. So those were on t-shirts, and Sailors Kootenai tribes pitched in to help with the t-shirts because it was, we do them up nice and we hand them out as gifts. And when kids step up and speak out, grab the mic, we acknowledge it, give them a sweatshirt. We had a stick game competition. I can go through a lot of it, but you can go to the next one. So this was a Tribal Nation Ed Summit, and I did share with you that I've been shooting for this for the last 2 years. And so invites went out to all the tribal leaders in the state. I think we had representatives from each tribe except for Blackfeet, which was because there was an incident that he couldn't make it. His wife went into surgery. And that was Pat Armstrong. He works with me all the time. But then we also had that Knowledge Keeper group that we established 2 years ago, front and center, various knowledge keepers from the tribes. That's continuing to grow. We had the provost came. We had various people come up. We acknowledged all of them, did it the proper way, and kicked off the summit. And we split the 2 rooms. We had the Glacier Room, and you're familiar with MSUB campus, and the Petro Theater going at the same time. Open it up together, all together in the rooms, and the leaders got up and spoke. The elders got up and spoke. We had school administrators from all walks of life. It was exciting to see a lot of urban school administrators, Great Falls, Billings, Greg Upham, and a couple of those big cities were there, and students from there. But we went over the whole idea that we were going to start to look at is our school systems in the direction they're taking aligned to what our people may define as success? Are we relevant, teaching relevant? What does that look like? I wanted to get kind of a baseline on many of the things we've talked about, culture and identity. Where is that sitting? And so now we have in student achievement sitting in the unit that I'm a part of here. And I think if we can start to define that in our direction, then start to look at adapting and establishing an approach that fits our people. So then we had the students did some various things here and there, and we mixed the 2 groups together. Then we separated them. We had working sessions, and then the final day was absolutely phenomenal. It didn't go exactly as the agenda went, but we were able to get everybody in the room, and we had representations from the youth. We set up circles. They discussed these topics. We discussed tribal consultation, deadlines, and the goal to drop all waivers, and to actually even do better than that. Can we come together as tribal nations and districts and plan the use of that money and keep the focus on the youth? So you can go to the next one. So this was the youth one. That one we started the day before with a typical building the relationship piece where students came together. We put up teepee lodges right in the middle of the campus. We had folks speak on what that was. We had elders involved on that. Then Malia Kip was able to come over. She was requested by students. She was the first native girl to play Division I graduate out of University of Montana. So they got a documentary on her that hadn't been shown yet. And they allowed us to show it at this event. And then it was a cool, really powerful Q&A with Malia and the kids. And then they did pictures with her. And then we went into, and as you know, I like to get those relationships, the walls down. And what we'd find is when we run stick game or basketball and any other events that first evening, that's what we do. We have a pizza come in, we break the teams up, get kids that are from different schools playing on teams together. It's all co-ed too. Stick game, they ran it, I think, crow style, which is very interesting, or hand game. And we had some folks from Northern Cheyenne come up. You remember Pascal? He was there. So they did that into the evening, had some championship rounds, and then opened up the next day. So this is when the whole conference started on the 5th. This is that previous agenda. So we had everybody come in there. That evening, we had our gala event, dinner, and etiquette training. And I had a young man do that etiquette training, and I think you've been a part of it, Representative. And then they had a dance, and we had a DJ, and the kids dressed really nice. They learned how to represent themselves. And many of the students were just saying that was better than any prom they've ever been to. And so a lot of that, we just try to get those kids out of their situations often and come down and take a breath and enjoy themselves. And it was cool because we had tribal leaders there, we had district leaders, we had a lot of the decision makers involved in this as well, and they'd never seen each other in that light, I guess. So we created a space that these people could just come and just be and share their ideas and move ahead like that. And then the final day is we had a fashion show that the Hardin students put on. It was fantastic. We toured the campus. We had them share the beauty of MSUB, all this and that. So you can go there. So this was from a lot of the consultation we've done in the past throughout the last year and a half, really, and how we look at moving forward with this. We had many discussions around this and really trying to identify school districts and tribes that are engaged in these activities, and then building bridges between each other on how to move forward. We didn't, everything was on the table when we had discussions. We were able to share out. In a lot of ways, Representative, it was kind of a similar approach we did up there in Chippewa Cree, but it was more expansive on inclusion of more youth and the elder leaders there too as well. So go ahead. So here's just photos of various folks, students presenting, different kind of photos. We opened up, we had the drum throughout the conference. Different kids from different schools were together. That was our fashion show on the bottom left. And we had 4 fashion designers pop up, and we were talking about entrepreneurship and how as Native people, we can create our own businesses. And there's 4 ladies, one that was really powerful talking about, I didn't think that I could have a business on being Crow, but I've done it, and she's making good money. So there's that really took off there. There's the teepee lodges, 3-on-3. Dr. Cummins came, he presented throughout. He was there the whole first day, the main Wednesday. School administrators, different folks up there in that top left. That was a round dance that we had going. The kids took off with it. There's Malia Kip's Q&A. Just pictures of a really good time for the students and adults. the administrators never had really an opportunity to get out of their busy scene and sit down. We had school board chairs there, but just to sit down and be able to think. You see Mr. Mike Tatsy there. He shared a lot. He blew a lot of minds, but Arlie, and that's Mike Perry there in the red in the top left. He's doing some amazing things at Arlie. And then Tom Moore is from Great Falls. And so he brought in the urban ideals and how can we connect our urban kids more to their culture and identity. And that would be more linked to the direct, go to the source of our people and have these districts use some of their funding to bring in our people and have them be paid for the knowledge that they know and be paid for, you know, come in and teach as native people, not as an educated Indian in a westernized philosophy, but in an indigenous type of style. So again, more pictures, stick game. We had the etiquette training is always pretty fantastic on how it plays out. Students led throughout. I mean, the dance was just phenomenal. And that fashion shows, that upper left. Alicia Doney is our tribal youth coordinator. She's up there in the top left. Go ahead. So this is some of the things that came out. It all kind of fits into the new unit that we have now with student achievement involved. How can we look at success and what it means to our people? And can we create relevant teachings and education amongst that? I think that everybody, we had urban students that had never had interactions with knowledge keepers. Yep. Okay. Thank you. But that the evaluations that we have are pretty phenomenal. And I think once we get all that done, we can share that out. But again, we created a space to allow these folks to brainstorm and share ideas and actually look at the data that nothing is changing in Indian country with education. We've been trying the same thing for 30, 40 years. And to really look at that and be honest with ourselves and realize that we have a lot of answers within our native people and our native knowledge and experience and our identity. And so if we can look at defining what I was saying, Lance, was that we wanted to have a discussion on what does success mean to us as Indian people, as an individual, as our community, as our tribe, as our state, and is our educational systems aligned to meet that? And really, a lot of times they're not. They're more aligned to a westernized concept of maybe capitalistic entrepreneurship on your own. And any time I meet and talk goal setting with our native students, they always speak about their people. They never say, oh, I'm going to leave this place, go make $1 million bucks. And, you know, unless they think they're going to the NBA, but, you know, they still would come back and give it all to the people. So everything that they bring up is centered around lifting our people up. So when we look at that definition, how can we create relevant opportunities for our youth? You know, if it's in math, reading, and science, you can be taught all that stuff in a land-based knowledge way, or even through agriculture at home, you know, with our cattle or buffalo, or, I mean, anything was on, I mean, everything was on the table. Another idea, oh, those urban Indian kids. It was interesting because we had reservation youth and our urban youth. The reservation youth, I think, realized that they have so much where they live. They have so much access to their culture and identity. And they often don't go that way because those urban kids were sure telling them, we don't have nothing like this in Billings or Great Falls. We don't have nothing like this in Missoula. We're lucky to have anybody come in. And in them evaluations, some of those students in a big city setting said that was the most they've ever learned from an elder in those 3 days. It's the most they've ever learned about who they are as Native ever in their life. And so we were talking about creating access to that group, to that kin group. And you've been here when I presented on that. That's really a powerful thing there. We have other school districts, one, for instance, asking to have Tommy Christian come in and talk to their staff. You know, Tommy's the next level. He's a genius, really. And so like the way he can describe situations is just phenomenal. So then the tribal consultation piece, I think where I've always come is the community level, a tribal level, that you should have all those folks at the table. And to have the tribal leaders that we had, and we had Charlie Headdress came, vice chairman came, and it was interesting to visit with him because he spoke about, I'm usually dealing with health. I'm in that arena with health in our tribe. And we talked about how in education, you can get ahead of the health. You can teach them how to live a good life. And he was I was so honored that all of the tribal leaders that came stuck it out and they stayed there. All the elders stuck it out. We even had more people coming in and we had to get like extra plates. Our administrative assistant is pretty a stickler on tickets for food. I said, just give them out, man. We're gonna have a good time. It'll all work out. The goal again is that our tribes and our districts are meeting together and planning how to use the funding they receive for their education. That to me is true consultation. Not even that. That's more community raising the child type of approach. We had school board members there and we talked quite a bit on local control and the fact that we can do a lot of things in our public school systems that everyone says, well, like Representative Windy Boy, well, the state says you can't do this, the state. And I said, yeah, well, I work at the state, you can, you know, and we've looked at it. We weren't, you know, given any misdirection. It's just the fact. And then for our team, we have a lot of different approaches within OPI. And sometimes when we go out to our Indian schools and communities, we do on to them Indian schools and communities. Well, you got to do this. This is how you do it. And it was funny because I had different members of different units that kind of come in that way. And they do have things that they need to check off, things that they need to get done. And I just told them to just relax. Just take in what we're doing here today for the next 2 days and get to know these folks. Relax, don't worry about nothing. And we actually had more authentic conversations than I think they've ever had. And since then, this week, they've gotten more calls from our Indian folks than they've ever had. And so I told that unit to take data here, you know, write down what's going on here, because we're going to use this event as a springboard. And Yuta loved it. The energy, I was saying, you know, they had that satellites looking down, like when they had Standing Rock, there was that energy light. It's like, gee, they just looked at that MSUB campus, it was glowing. But being honest with each other, being very upfront, emphasis on the tribes and the communities working together. But I think if anything, relationships were made and breaking down those. So now we're just going to be riding that wave. Go ahead. This was our goals over the last few years, and we've hit every one of them. I think we're going to continue to do more of this work. Now we're going to go out Northern Cheyenne. I haven't been able to connect with them as often as I wanted, but they had one of their councilwomen was there, and she was blown away, and she wants to be more involved. She knows all the school board members. Everybody knows each other, but we put up walls. And I think we did the best we could to knock down walls and focus on kids. So even some tribes were talking about creating a more thorough K-12 tribal ed department. Your tribal ed director was there too. Go ahead. So there's some of our knowledge keepers. up in that right corner. I gave them the floor on the final day, and they took 2 hours and each shared on what is their hopes for their youth, for the youth of their communities going forward. What do they hope their youth know? And it was so powerful. Again, those students hadn't heard that side of it in the knowledge that our elders hold. And so this was the discussion that we had with everybody at the table. And how does that look? And each perspective was represented. You can look up there. Like here you got a school district, their administrators, Crow legislators, because they got legislation over there. Students from various places. Here's an advisor. You had different representatives. Down over here was the urban area, but we split them all up and got them going. Here's Terry Brocky, one of our leaders. Here's some other ones here, you know. I think this might be Mike Turcotte. So we had, you know, you see who we had there. John, Terry, Tommy, Darren Oak Coyote, that's Darren's wife. That's John's wife, Nancy, and that's Myrna DeMonte. Yeah, they're all in that teepee behind it. There's another teepee on the side for the back. No, but he just blew minds, you know, the way he thinks and the way he talks, because he talks about, he taught me something. We were discussing the term decolonization. And I had another one of my elders that I follow is John Eagle. He said, well, how far do we want to decolonize? Because I like my chainsaw. You know, so like how traditional we're going to go. Tommy says the term coexist is we coexist. We learn from each other and we take the good of each other and we coexist together going forward. And so he had the floor for a while. And in school administrators, what I wanted those guys to see is that we have these folks walking around in your communities. Let's try to get a taste of some of this into your school systems. They were, I don't know, I can't say, I don't think it could have went, it was above and beyond anything I expected. So go ahead. So there's that quote, you know, I mean, we try to turn both those quotes. We're working our hardest to make that come to light, because that's where we are. And I think this will be a springboard going forward for many of our initiatives. And if we can start to look at assessments to fit our people more, I mean, it's all coming together, and we're going to keep going. It's what we got. So that's pretty much what we did last week, and we'll continue to do going forward. So that conference was fun. Yeah. Yep. It's a beautiful day. But I think going forward, we had a lot of interest from the administrators there. I think it's very important to get people out of their schools or their community to a place where they can breathe and share thoughts and ideas with each other. So one of the superintendents said that we need to develop a native superintendent group, advisory group, and really dig into what it is we can do and what we can't do, and find what is working out there in some places, share stories, share experiences and resources with each other. So that's one thing. I met with my team the last 2 days. We're just talking about where we're going to take everything going forward. And it's just the start too. So.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Yeah, just between Tommy and John, the farm, Mr. Brocky, and
Yeah. Oh, man. And, recognizing that and respecting that at a level you would a doctor of education or whatever, because they got the way John works. I mean, he's fantastic because he had the whole room and the way he explains everything. And I seen him, I worked with him in Hazel Lodgepole, but he had the whole room. He was talking about understanding how we celebrate his natives. He say our men will war hoop and our women roll their tongue. And so he goes, let me try that. Who out here? We had a big, everybody's in there. And so what he was saying is, you have to be comfortable doing this. He said, this isn't nothing. He said, you're sure okay clapping. He said, well, that's how other groups do it. This is how we do it. So think of it like that. It doesn't bother you to clap. Shouldn't bother you to do this. So he goes, so tonight, go home. Tomorrow, in your shower, work on your war hoops. You're rolling your tongue, you ladies. Tomorrow, I'm going to test you out again. And then the next day, and you know what I'm saying? You got people that aren't around that, or they have misconceptions of our people. That knowledge keeper group was the key that I believe has been missing. And then to have the students also involved together. I mean, it was a vision, and I think it went better than expected. Yeah.